Richie Ashburn, number 10. Also known as Putt Putt, the Tilden Flash, and Whitey. During the 1950s, there was no better leadoff hitter than Richie Ashburn. With a career batting average of .308 and a career on-base percentage just shy of .400, had just enough speed to make him the ideal leadoff man. The Philadelphia legend only led the National League in stolen bases once, doing so as a rookie, but he did win 2 batting titles and was named to an All-Star team 6 times. Ashburn was also recognized for his patience and control of the strike zone, as well as his hustle, which are all traits that make him one of the best leadoff hitters of all time. Number 9, Craig Biggio. Biggio is a bit of an anomaly because he was the former catcher who became one of the top leadoff hitters of his generation, but the move to second base allowed him to showcase a little more of his speed. Biggio then combined that with his ability to hit for both average and power, not to mention his never-ending hustle. Those are all ingredients that made him a great leadoff man over his 20 seasons in the majors. During that time, he racked up over 3,000 hits, 291 home runs, while also stealing 414 bases. Biggio could do it all, and he did it from the leadoff spot, including 53 leadoff home runs, which ranks him near the top of that list all time. Number 8, Wade Boggs. Despite leading off in just under 50% of his games, Wade Boggs and his porn star stash still gets credit for being one of the best leadoff hitters of all time. After all, we're talking about a 5-time batting champion with a career average of .328. Even if he didn't take as many walks as some of the other great leadoff hitters, Boggs could still get himself on base, at one point batting over .350 in 4 straight seasons. While his power and speed were a little lacking, his ability to hit for high average helped make him a great leadoff hitter. Number 7, Lou Brock, aka The Rocket. As one of the most prolific base stealers in baseball history, Brock was a natural in the leadoff spot. When the Cardinals won the World Series in 1964 and 1967, Brock was usually the catalyst at the top of the order. During his career, he collected 928 stolen bases, leading the National League in stolen bases 8 times. On top of that, Brock was a .293 career hitter with over 3,000 hits. In other words, he was always getting on base and always stealing bases, which is exactly what you want from a leadoff hitter. Number 6, Paul Molitor. When your nickname is the Igniter, it's safe to bet that you're a great leadoff hitter. That was surely the case with Paul Molitor, who racked up over 3,300 hits and more than 500 stolen bases in his career. He is one of 5 players in MLB history with at least 3,000 hits and 500 stolen bases who also hit over 300, with Ichiro Suzuki being the only other player on that list who played after World War II. Out of those 5 players, Molitor is the only one with more than 200 career home runs, making the 7-time All-Star one of the better power hitters among the great leadoff hitters in MLB history. Number 5, Ichiro Suzuki. In baseball history, there are only a few players who've had the type of approach that fits the leadoff spot better than Ichiro Suzuki. He was always looking to hit for contact and find a way on base, explaining his .311 career batting average and his 3,089 career hits. After all, he set the MLB record for singles in his season, helping to elevate him over the other leadoff hitters. Oddly enough, Ichiro also ranks 9th all-time in leadoff home runs, so he had a little power. Likewise, Ichiro was a 2-time batting champ and also led the American League in stolen bases the year he won Rookie of the Year and MVP honors in 2001. Of course, Ichiro made the All-Star team in each of his first 10 big league seasons, helping to make him one of the best leadoff hitters of all time. Number 4, Pete Rose, regarded by most as the greatest baseball player of all time, was the epitome of the word hustle. As the all-time MLB leader in hits with 4,256, Pete Rose knew just how to get on base, making him the perfect leadoff hitter. He spent roughly 2/3 of his distinguished career hitting out of the leadoff spot and starting rallies. Rose didn't have the type of power or speed that teams sometimes look for in a leadoff hitter, but he batted .303 and hit 160 career home runs. More than that, the 17-time All-Star was always getting on base by walk or hit, making him the ideal leadoff candidate. Number 3, Tim Raines. Also known as The Rock with his incredible speed, there is no debate about Tim Raines being one of the best leadoff hitters of all time. He wasn't just fast, he was also an intelligent base runner. He led the National League on 3 occasions in times on base and twice in runs scored. A 7-time All-Star, 4-time stolen base champion, and National League batting champion, Raines is regarded as one of the best leadoff hitters and base runners in baseball history. Number 2, Ty Cobb. Regarded as perhaps the biggest prick to ever play the game, Ty Cobb is an absolute legend when it comes to baseball. With a career batting average of .366, he hit over .400 twice and had an on-base percentage over .419 times. He is one of only 2 men to have over 4,000 hits, and his 897 stolen bases put him 4th on the all-time list. Though, while he played, he wasn't a leadoff hitter. In today's game, he would. So fuck you. Number 1, Rickey Henderson. It's almost laughable how far ahead Rickey Henderson is of everyone else for the title of best leadoff hitter in baseball history. His combination of speed and power was unique and has rarely been matched in MLB history. In addition to being the single-season stolen base king, Henderson also holds the all-time records for stolen bases and unintentional walks drawn. His 1,406 stolen bases puts him 468 more ahead of Lou Brock in second. Most importantly, he's well ahead of the pack in terms of leadoff home runs with 81, with Alfonso Soriano a distant second with 54. Henderson finished this illustrious career with 3,055 hits and an on-base percentage of .401, which is exactly what you want from a leadoff hitter. Of course, with a career that spanned from 1979 to 2003 and included 10 All-Star selections, 3 Silver Slugger Awards, and MVP honors in 1990, nobody, and I mean nobody, is touching Henderson when it comes to being the ideal leadoff hitter.